I have a few minutes of quiet and peace while the kids are in town with Trey, running a few errands. And I thought I would hop on here because this is a totally new concept for me that really hit me hard. And when it hit me, I was like, ooh, I want to share this because this could be really life-changing for someone else. So, you really, truly do become what you tolerate. And I was like, when I heard that, I was reading a really good book. When I say read, usually that's audio because busy moms do audiobooks. Like, try it. Give it a try to do audiobooks instead of just listening to music all the time, instead of just watching like TV or finding yourself scrolling social media or like you have the TV going. Instead of that, put an audiobook on. And if it's age appropriate, like play it on like a Bluetooth speaker or something. Don't always have your earbuds in because your children can benefit from what you listen to. So I play a lot of my audiobooks like on a Bluetooth speaker. Okay, let me just say one thing. Please don't waste your time on listening to fiction all the time. It's okay to throw some fiction in there for entertainment, but why don't we focus our energy? We feel like we don't have time to do all this stuff. Let's focus our energy toward things that actually will produce a result for us. So anyway, this is not what I got on here to talk about. So off my soapbox. This idea of you become what you tolerate. When I read that, the author was pointing out different things that one could tolerate. And he said, you're tolerating an overweight body. And it was like, I've been tolerating an overweight body. What? I've been tolerating an overweight body? And I realized, yes. And then I realized there were these cookies that a very sweet, well-meaning neighbor brought over. You know, the ones in the tin that they're really not even that good. I don't think they're that good. My children loved those. Do you know the cookies I'm talking about? I don't know if they're called like butter cookies or what they're called, but they come in a tin and people give them to you at Christmas time and they're like, just like really pale and kind of like dry and crumbly. I was not excited when they entered our house. But my kids were really, and when I saw them, I thought I should probably just pull like 5 or 10 of those out of that tin and throw the rest in the trash. Then I tolerated it, guys. I tolerated it. I was like, oh, the kids are excited about these. There's no dye in them. Yeah, there's sugar and white flour, and they're really, really not healthy. And we have other treats, but they're excited about it. I'll keep the tin and we'll just eat a few and then I'll throw them away. So yesterday, I found myself with chocolate in my hand that I really love. Those chocolate balls that are like gooey on the inside. I don't remember what they're called, but you guys, I know. Give me a thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. Those, it's like a ball of chocolate and it's really gooey on the inside. Oh my goodness, I love those things. Trey got those for me for Christmas. But I found myself yesterday with one of those in my hand and one of those yucky cookies. Why was I eating that? I was like, it's because I tolerated them in my house. That's why. Did I need to eat that? No. Did I really, 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 really want to eat that cookie? Not really. Did my kids need those cookies? Not really. So, I am on high alert now for things that I'm merely tolerating because I'm pretty sure my life is being ruled by what I'm tolerating. Linder truffles, you're right. Oh my goodness, Leah, aren't those things like so good? See, I am about balance. I'm okay with consuming some sugar. But why would I eat a cookie that I don't love? That is full of sugar because I tolerated it. So now I'm on high alert. Like, what relationships do I have that I'm literally just tolerating? And how much of effect does that have on my life? How much energy, how much time, how much emotional focus am I pouring into a relationship that really I'm tolerating? Drop in some other ideas. Yeah, they're your favorite. They're my favorite too. I love them. I love them. I had never tried them until last year, and now I'm like, they're so good. So drop some ideas. Help me think. What are some things that maybe you're tolerating, or maybe you think I'm tolerating? So like I said, I'm tolerating my weight, but let's take it like another step layer. What's like affecting my weight? The cookies that I tolerated. I'm also tolerating like not investing in a personal trainer, I guess, because I've felt that on my heart for a while, that I'm like, if I want to get physically back strong again, I think it would be wise for me to hire a trainer for a while to help me like rehab my core after having so many pregnancies. I've lost count. I have 4 children. So I have had 5, 6, 7. I've had 7 pregnancies, 5 of which were full term. And then I have 4 children with me. So I need to rehab my core. And like, it's a lot harder to procrastinate when you have a fitness trainer that's like sitting there like, hello, you're supposed to be doing this. So anyway, all of this stuff. Like what help me here. What might I be tolerating? I'm really just like, I'm still in the mode of like really being curious about this concept. What are you tolerating? What have you found yourself tolerating? Like a lot of times I will tolerate my children acting a certain way or having a certain habit. I have tolerated my kids leaving their boots right in front of the door. I got so frustrated with them when it was snowing because they would bring their coats and their gloves and their hats and their boots and they would drop them right there on that rug. Do you see how small this is the living room. So Esther can crawl now, and she was crawling across and trying to get into the muddy boots. And it was a disaster. I tolerated that. I realize that now. I would tell them, guys, I told you when you come in, you need to put your stuff away so your sister isn't chewing on a muddy boot. But I tolerated it, didn't I? I tolerated that because I didn't really enforce it well. I kept reminding as a toleration tactic instead of saying, if you do that, this is what will happen. If you leave your boots there, then this is the consequence. Do you see how many things we're tolerating and how much it really is altering our life? Because literally I was going through the house like 3-4 times a day, picking at least putting away their shoes for them and their coats for them. So I just want to encourage you, get curious about your life. What are you tolerating and how is it affecting you? And do you want to continue tolerating that? Because like in my head, if I feel like there's a relationship that I'm tolerating, that's when I choose, okay, do I need to just scale back this relationship? Do I need to end this relationship? Or do I need to take drastic steps to improve this relationship? I'm not saying just like dump everything and dump everyone. I'm just saying get curious about it. Like that's what I encourage people to do as a coach every day, is to get curious about what's going on here. How much things are really affecting you. It's the small things in life that really affect you really big, like in huge, huge ways. So that's what I have for you today. I'm loving these earrings that a lady in my type 1 group of Dress Your Truth sent me. She sent me these guys, these earrings and this necklace are so much fun. And she sent them to me. I just love the tribe that I get to be a part of. And one of the women that I've been mentoring through the Dress Your Truth program, she is a type 3. And she sent me a message today. And she's like, I have some jewelry pieces that I think may go with your type 1 wardrobe. So I'm going to send them to you. Like, how sweet is that? Like, I just love it. I just love this like community that I get to be a part of. And I did refresh my pink hair yesterday, and I left the color on really long because I was doing my nails, and it's very dark pink, but I'm fine with that because it fades pretty quickly. So it's gonna fade back to normal. Anyway, if you haven't considered my group coaching that I'm doing in January, I would encourage you to consider it. Inner Truth Revealed. We are going deep, guys. We're going to be talking about some Dress Your Truth stuff. I'm not teaching any of their content. I'm not authorized for that. I'm not teaching that. But I'm going to be walking some women through that, because when you start to think about your personality and your energy type and your likes and your dislikes and the deep quirks that you have as an individual, it really brings up some stuff. I have a friend who thought she was a type 2 for several years, and it's brought up a lot of things. And so it's really interesting to me. Anyway, I hope you will join us. If so, I don't have a link right now, so just scroll back through my timeline. You will see, if you go to my profile, you will see the link to that program. Like, if you're frustrated with your wardrobe, or if you just like, you're just wearing stuff. That was another thing a lady told me. She's like, I used to get like earrings in the mail and be like, oh wow, like there's my jewelry. And now she's like, I ordered earrings and they came in broken. And I was upset because I really liked those earrings. And I was like, that's crazy. I just forget those experiences that people are having. As Christians, I feel like we sometimes tolerate too much for fear of offending someone. Sometimes that tolerance could be mistaken for acceptance, and we have to be careful for that. Yeah, absolutely. If we are walking our walk with God out in faith and strength and power, people can't help but know where we stand on something without having to speak a word. That's how we win our husbands over without a word. It's like we just live it out. We just walk it out. And like, you don't even have to tell people. I have a lot of people in my life that I had never told in person that we don't give our kids a lot of sugar. I didn't realize they knew that, but they had been watching me on social media talk about my life, and they would approach me at church, and they still do, and say, hey, there's leftover donuts. I know you guys don't eat a lot of sugar, but are you interested in them? I totally understand if you don't want your kids eating this. And I have so appreciated that. I didn't have to go to people and say, donuts are horrible for you. They give you a horrible blood sugar crash, and my kids don't need to be eating that, and I don't eat donuts. No, I never had to say that, Leah, ever. But who we are just shows forth. We shine forth. And that's just been a journey of growth for me to, without a word, be able to win people over, because it's just Christ in me, and I'm letting him show. Does that help? So yeah, let's not tolerate, a lot of times we're looking at people and we're thinking like, I need to say something to them. But if it's almost like if we hold a mirror up to ourselves, we're like, oh, wait a second. I've not really been doing that either. Like, ooh, ouch. Isn't it weird how that happens? Sometimes you like can see it in somebody else first, and then you're like, oh, I'm not perfect either. That's what I always say on here. Like, I'm a coach, not because I'm perfect. I'm a coach because I wanted to like grab people's hands and be like, okay, it's time to step it up. It's time to level up. It's time to move forward. It's time to let the excuses drop to the side. Let's get somewhere. Like, let's go. Like, let's not just think we're going to get there and make no steps to get there. Anyway, I'm going to end this video because that ended up really long, but I think it was worth the time. I think Leah's question, or comment, I should say, I think that was worth answering, because it really does, It really is an interesting concept. So anyway, I love you guys as always. I don't know if you guys think that's weird that I say I love you, but like I truly love you. I truly love every one of you. And I appreciate every single one of you that gets on here and watches. And I really appreciate those of you that go and do and go and share. Like even just sharing this, I make them public so that you can share them that way. If you were encouraged then by this, you can like message it to somebody, you can post it to your timeline, or even just share the concepts. It doesn't have to directly link back to me. I don't have to get kickback. I enjoy just scattering value out there. And it doesn't have to kick back to me. It doesn't have to be like linked to my account. If you go and share something of truth and help someone else, just in a conversation, that's enough for me. Because remember, eternal rewards are coming my way. Bye.